the C-Class. We're gonna be wrapping it. Yes, I know it's prematurely, but I just want to get it done as soon as possible. And as soon as I get done wrapping this one is supposed to be going in this week to the shop. But we'll see how it goes, because you know how things go. Sometimes it don't work out as planned. Things get moved around, things get pushed, but we'll see how it goes. But for now, we're gonna focus on this car right here. We're gonna wrap it as much as possible, because I really don't believe that this car actually needs to be taken to the body shop at all. All it is just bolt-on pieces. So everything is good on the car besides the hood, the front bumper, which it was 90% good. It is that 10% killed it. This fender is gonna probably get fixed, hopefully, and that's about it. But until we attack this project right now, we're gonna need to make some space. So we got some pallets with the whole front end suspension piece for the subframe unit with everything else on it. It was that pallet right there with both pallets. So we gotta do something about that, since we already got a lot of those parts are actually taken out and put in a bin. So now it's not taking as much space no more, but we still gotta do something about that rack and pinion. And this subframe right here, we're gonna place that somewhere as well, because we actually need to sell all these parts. And on top of that, I'm gonna see what else. All right, as you can tell, we're making some room in here. We gotta move things around still so we can get that extra space around the fenders. And this side, I just gotta actually move things more to the wall, and we should be good. But I'm also gonna be putting some of those parts inside the car. But I gotta figure out a couple things. I gotta remove this, I gotta remove that, I gotta remove the spoiler, I gotta remove the letters, I gotta remove the numbers, I gotta remove the door handles, I gotta remove this trimming. Maybe if I can work around the trimming myself, then that won't be no need. And then on top of that, we gotta make sure we clean all the crevices, because we're gonna be applying a vinyl inside these areas, just so we can make sure that there's no white being exposed. So we're gonna do our best to do that, but it's gonna be kind of difficult due to the fact that the molding is not in here. So it reaches down there pretty deep, inside very deep. So we're gonna have to make sure we clean all that inside. So I gotta make sure I get some, actually I believe I do got some brushes that can go in through those crevices and make sure that we get all the dirt out. So if this C-Class is anything like my E-Class, so in order to remove this, I believe we can just insert something in between the emblem and just start removing it, because I believe there's 3 inserts in here. Or we can just attack it from the bottom and remove all these panels, and then go from the back and push those inserts out. But I want to make it easier for me, so I'm gonna try to remove this without damaging it, because it is plastic. So you guys got to be really careful, just in case if you guys are working on your own car, or if anything is worse, like you're working on somebody else's car, then be cautious. And that is a success. So I used some tools for panels for the interior, all these right here. So what I did is I inserted this down, but it still wouldn't budge. So then I inserted this piece right here and scooped it up. All right, so as you can tell, there's 3 inserts right here, 3 holes. So we're gonna be removing these 3 plastic things, maybe, possibly, but most likely we are, so we can cover it. There it is. All right, so we got this out. So on to the next. So next thing is to remove the C and the 250, and then remove the spoiler. There's an insert right here, and there's another insert right there. And as you can tell, there's double-sided tape in there, so we're gonna have to actually heat it up first. So as you can tell, it's already loose, and that's because I inserted this without having to use the heat gun. All I did was just insert it, remove it, kept on going. So I'm gonna be taking that off and seeing you guys later. this is the spoiler. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it back on or not because, okay, so this is what I mean about this 3M tape. Hopefully it's 3M because I'm pretty sure their quality is better to have removed than any others. This double-sided tape is really annoying right now. As you can tell, yeah, it's somewhat clean because I did wipe it down with some Goo Gone. Then I also tried some alcohol, and there's a lot of stains. It's just the fact that to remove all this, I've been at it, and it's really annoying because there has to be a better way to remove this, and it's not as efficient. Normally, like, it comes right off, like, easily. I actually have not ever had this kind of, well, this type of issue before, but it makes me kind of not want to do this like right now. Okay, everyone, I figured out that the best solution for this is to do nothing at all besides just get one of these microfiber towels, all right, and get a squeegee, place a squeegee within the microfiber towel, and then apply pressure on the trunk, and then just, oh shit. So as you can tell, I got stuck, and that's what we want. So just apply pressure on the trunk and start just swiping, not swiping, but dragging and pushing all of the double-sided tape to one end. And it actually picks it up pretty well off the trunk. And okay, everyone, as you can see, it's looking clean. Yes, sir. It took after it took roughly around like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But now that we have the trunk done, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna clean it off, all of it off. We're gonna wipe it down with some soap and water and then dry it off and then clean it again with some alcohol. But I think what I might do is clay bar it before I do clean it with the alcohol. But we'll see how it goes. So we removed all the panels. We removed this panel, that panel, and the bottom panel. So now we can access all of this. You see all the dirtiness? All the grime, all the dirt, all the dust, all the, I guess, tree bark, and also leaves and webbing and other stuff. But anyways, so yeah, you see that. So now we're gonna have to clean all that off. And now we have access to this piece right here in this area. So now we can cover everything with the color we're gonna wrap it. Go over it with the heat gun, because the second you go over it with the heat gun, you'll be able to tell if you actually overstretched any specific areas, because it's going to start lifting, and that's what you don't want. Because if things start lifting over time due to the heat, because you got to understand, the vinyl, it's elastic, right? So anything elastic, it has its limits. So once you reach the elasticity, and then you won't have anything else no more. You won't have any more room to stretch it in. You won't have nothing else besides just the max. And also that max will retract with some heat. So that's what you got to do. So far, I heated it up. Nothing got lifted. Thank God. So now we can just proceed. So now we know that we done it right. So one thing that I want to say is universal is these edges. They're not the most pleasant thing to do, and it is one of the toughest things to do if you're barely starting. As you can tell, what do I have right here? If it focuses, focus. But yeah, anyway, so it's right here. I managed to cut it so no light will be exposed, and also it'll be looking flush as well. I'm just waiting for it to like lift. If it does, I'm going through a couple sessions and heating up, contracting it, because I did pull it and stretch it quite a bit, but this is like the third time I do heat it up and it stays put. Yeah, it's all good now. So edge, first one is good. These ones are good. Flush. Boom. There we go. I like to see that, especially when you can't see the true color of the car. Okay. That's it. I'm looking at this last piece, this last corner. Everything seems right. Nothing's lifting. Everything's good. There you go. This corner too. Also here. Yeah. And then once you close it, it looks the OEM. Now, so I also wrapped this piece, the trim, right here. That goes here. So we're gonna be putting this one back. If I can figure out how it goes. Let's see. Put you guys down. So now, what we're gonna be doing, well, what am I gonna be doing is that cleaning everything off right here, make sure all the, like those cracks and all those like really tightly reached spaces get cleaned out. Make sure that we have everything clean and also available to be just placed down and also stick. Make sure that all the surfaces do not have any contaminations, making sure everything's nice and clean and just wiped out of anything that would just prevent the vinyl from sticking in properly. So that's the boring part. So, and here's the tedious, really repetitive work. It's cleaning. But we got to do that so we can make sure the car looks nice, and that's the rewarding part. Once everything's done and you see how it looks and the transformation and the way it just, like the presence that it'll give as soon as you get done, it's completely different. It hits different. It's crazy. That's why like I love doing this. But like the work, the process, it's not the best. But fuck it. It is what it is. We also got to remove this diffuser too, so we can make sure that we can place some vinyl under there, so once we put it back on you won't see nothing, like no white will be exposed. We got to take this is the tow hook cap, we got to remove this as well, like this, as simple as that. Put that to the side. We got to wrap that as well. Then we're about to wrap this, remove the diffuser, and we'll go on from there. But first we got to clean some stuff out. And just look how we're gonna be approaching this bumper. It's not as big as others, and the fact that this right here is gonna be removed, so it's gonna be much less to wrap, which is a huge plus. Okay, update. That's what we got so far. We got everything going. Oh shit. I forgot I had these on top. Anyways, put these away. So, the headlight, so it goes right here. This is the edge. So I'll overlap it right here, so you won't be able to see no white. The same as right here. So this little piece right here that I'm pointing is white. So what I did is just boom, vinyl all at one piece too. Everything's flush. Once you put the headlights on, I mean the tail lights on, you won't be able to see nothing. Now, what we're gonna be working on right now that I started already is this. The creases inside. It's looking really good now. So I'm actually gonna call it because I got homework assignments, I got projects, I also got errands on top of that. I also got to clean, and on top of that, well, the list goes on. So I'm gonna try to do like sections, just trying to manage my time much better. So we got one thing done today, actually two things done today. We got the rest of the trunk and we got the rest of the bumper, actually the whole bumper. Besides the diffuser has seen better days. It looks, actually it is really dirty. We're actually gonna sand it down and then we're gonna re-spray it, so this plastic color can be rejuvenated so it can look much better with the whole contrast. I might actually paint it gloss black, since the fact is that that trim piece is gloss black now. I'm gonna get all the other chrome pieces to be gloss black as well. So I'm actually thinking about having the handles, door handles gloss black, everything else satin black, besides the trim pieces, of course, because the trim pieces on the roof, those are gloss black. So I'm trying to get that theme going so we can have satin and gloss black at the same time. Two-tone of the same base color. I got This little bubble, I gotta get rid of it. So I couldn't go to sleep. I decided to actually do one more panel in the car that night and that day. So that's what I ended up doing, but the camera died and did not record everything.